ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 6 चैप्टर 3 वर्स 16। यं वै न गोभिर्मनसा सुभिर्वा हृदा गिरा वा सुभृतो विचक्षते आत्मानमन्तर्षरिसन्तमात्मनां चक्षुर्यथैवाकृतयस् ततः परम्। As the different limbs of the body cannot see the eyes, the living entities cannot see the Supreme Lord, who is situated as a super soul in everyone's heart. Not by the senses, by the mind, by the life air, by thoughts within the heart, or by the vibration of words, can the living entities ascertain the real situation of the Supreme Lord. Very nice verse. So, as the different limbs of the body cannot see the eyes can see all the limbs, but the limbs cannot see the eyes. So, similarly, the living entities, which are like limbs, cannot see the Supreme Lord, who is like the eye. He can see everyone, but we cannot see him. He is also situated as Super Soul in everyone's heart. So, we cannot understand the real situation of the Supreme Lord either by the senses, by the mind, by the life air, by prana, by thoughts, or by words. So, no grahyam indriyaihi. We cannot understand. No grahyam indriyaihi. Senses, mind, prana. We cannot understand. Krishna says, Bhaktya mama bijanati. Only by devotion can we understand the Supreme Lord. Although the different parts of the body do not have the power to see the eyes direct the movements of the different body's different parts. Eyes direct the movements of the body's different parts means wherever the eyes see and then they decide to. So that is the direction in which say we have to walk, then the hands and legs will walk in that direction. The legs move forward because the eyes see what is in front of them, and the hand touches because the eyes see touchable entities. Similarly, every living being acts according to the direction of the super soul who is situated within the heart. But for non-devotees, this is just very routine function of the super soul. Just have to, he reminds them of whatever they wanted to achieve in their last life and accordingly their actions. But for devotees, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam gives the intelligence to achieve Krishna. Lord himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya Chaham Hradi Sannivishto Matta Smritir Gnanam Apohanam Cha. So he gives Matta Smritir Gnana. Smritir Gnanam Apohanam. Smritir is remembrance, Gnanam is knowledge, and Apohanam forgetfulness. Sitting in everyone's heart and giving directions. Elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddesha Arjuna Tishtati. So Super Soul is situated in the Hriddesha, in the region of the heart. Living entity cannot do anything without the sanction of the Super Soul. Super Soul is acting at every moment, but the living entity cannot understand the form and activities of the Super Soul by his senses. The example of the eyes and the body limbs is very appropriate. If the limbs could see, they could walk forward without the help of the eyes, but that is not possible. Although one cannot see the super soul in one's heart through sensual activities, his direction is necessary. So the super soul is acting at every moment. Prabhupada is writing. because this whole thing, remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness, everything is coming from the super soul. But for the devotees, it is Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, Santas Sadaiva Hridayashu Vilokayanti. So Hridayashu, in the Hridaya, for the ordinary jivas, it is Paramatma. But for devotees, it is Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. Mm, so beautiful form of Shama Sundara. So we had so recently we were by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, we were in Vrindavan and we were doing Vrindavan Parikrama. And then we went to this place called Madan Ter. So there actually we met one Brajavasi who was telling that actually was, I mean, because the Shama Sundar, I remembered that he was saying that actually we can achieve Shama Sundara, we can achieve Radha Krishna only if we become mad to achieve them. Not by this, like routine bhakti, we cannot achieve Radha Krishna, he was saying. He was saying you have to become mad. Only if you become mad for serving them, for achieving them, only then it is possible. Which is Raganuga Bhakti, which is, it was a very, very, very powerful statement. So one has to become mad. Then he can see Shama Sundara within his heart. Everywhere he can see Shama Sundara. I was reading this book by His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu. Very nice. Vrajalila Part 3, Giriraj, the King of Mountains. So in that he was saying that he was saying in context of parikrama, he's saying on context of parikrama, we keep asking Prabhu, where is water? Prabhu, where is washroom? And our Goswamis were also asking, oh Prabhu, where is Krishna? Prabhu, where is Radharani? So he's saying this is our difference. They are searching for Radha Krishna, we are searching for material comforts. We are searching for things of convenience for the body. I am not saying, he's saying. Mm. So we should, so the Paramatma, if for a devotee, he will help Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. He will give us intelligence to actually achieve Krishna. Mm. So again, it's the same thing. The conclusion is the same. Yesterday we were discussing this Varnashrama. So who is this Varnashrama for? Varnashrama is for those who cannot do intense Tivra Bhakti. Those who can do Tivra Bhakti, they have transgressed. They have transgressed Varnashrama. Tivra Bhakti means 24 hours, intense devotion, intense absorption. For them, they don't need any Varnashrama. They don't even know that they have something like the body. They're above such consciousness. Right? So, but we have to reach there. To reach there, Varnashrama is beneficial. Anyway, so the point is in their heart, Super Soul is there who is giving every jiva, is giving remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And for the devotee, devotee sees his Ishtadeva in his heart, and Ishtadeva directs him towards achieving. If someone wants Shama Sundara is in the heart and gives him direction to achieve Shama Sundara. तस्यात्मतन्त्रस्य हरेरधीशितुः परस्य मायाधिपतेर्महात्मनः प्रायेण दूता इह वै मनोहरश् चरन्ति तद्रूपगुणस्वभावाः. Supreme Person of Godhead is self-sufficient and fully independent, but not in Vrindavan. The self-sufficiency, fully independence, all that is outside Goloka Vrindavan. Yes, outside Goloka Vrindavan, he is self-sufficient and he is fully independent. But within Goloka Vrindavan, he is totally dependent and yeah, he's just dependent on his devotees. That's all. He is the master of everyone and everything, including the illusory energy. But then Srimati Radharani is the master of Krishna. He has his form, qualities, and features, and similarly, his order carriers, the Vaishnavas, were very beautiful, possess bodily features, transcendental qualities, in a transcendental nature, almost like his. Of course, the Vishnu Dutas are also bodily beautiful. Their spiritual body is beautiful. And anybody who associates directly with Krishna, Narayana in Vaikuntha will also be bodily beautiful. The epitome of beauty, actually. And the drop of that beauty is the beauty of this material world. So we can't even imagine what is the beauty of Krishna, what is the beauty of Radharani, what is the beauty of all the residents of Goloka, Vaikuntha. Mm. So they not only they possess, very beautiful bodily features, but also more importantly, transcendental qualities and a transcendental nature. In this material world, people might have bodily beauty, but they don't have inner beauty. Actually, mostly unless they have come, they're. I mean, I generally keep observing people and people who come from traditional families because of their punya, past punya, they get Shri beauty, they get beauty. But that beauty is very sattvic beauty. It's not the Asuric beauty. Asuric beauty, it creates sensual tendencies, sexual attraction. But sattvic beauty, creates like somewhat, if you see that person, you feel peace, you feel calmness. But if you see the beauty of the Asuric beauty, you get agitated. So this beauty is very different. This beauty is very, very different. And the Vaishnavas actually, they as devotees make progress. It's not about, it's just they look beautiful. Whether whether somebody can, it's not like Miss World kind of uh, assessment. But when others see them, they just feel that they are so beautiful. Because it's the overall, it's a combination of the transcendental qualities, transcendental nature, and the aura, then their body, that they look beautiful. They also wander within the world with full independence. They always wander. So actually, these qualities have to develop in us as we make progress in Krishna consciousness. Yamaraja was described in Supreme Person of Godhead, Supreme Controller, but the order carriers of Yamaraja were very eager to know about the Vishnu Dutas who had defeated them in the encounter with Ajamila. Yamaraja therefore stated that Vishnu Dutas resemble the Supreme Person of Godhead in their bodily features, transcendental qualities, and nature. In other words, the Vishnu Dutas or Vaishnavas are almost as qualified as the Supreme Lord. Yamaraja informed the Yamadutas that Vishnu Dutas are no less powerful than Lord Vishnu. In fact, Krishna has empowered the devotees with more power than what he wants to exercise himself. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam shanam. So he is asking, he is expecting surrender and all that. But then he is given the power of, and then bhakti is independent. And he says, I don't give bhakti. Right? But then he has given the power to his devotees to actually distribute that bhakti which is there in their heart. So devotees have bhakti in their heart, and Krishna has empowered them to actually distribute that bhakti to each and every one. So he's made them more powerful than himself from that perspective. Since Vishnu is above Yamaraja, the Vishnu Dutas are above the Yamadutas. Persons protected by Vishnu Dutas therefore cannot be touched by Yamadutas. And who will be protected by Vishnu Dutas? The devotees are protected. Who are the devotees? Who wholeheartedly depend on the Supreme Lord. It doesn't matter whether they're chanting 16 rounds, whether they know all this knowledge, this, that. No. They're fully dependent on the Supreme Lord. They completely surrendered. Of course, gradually they will come to the stage of chanting 16 rounds, serving, etc., etc., because of their surrender. But it's not that only one who is chanting 16 rounds will be protected. Anybody who is dependent, who is surrendered to the Supreme Lord, will be protected by the Vishnu Dutas. Mm. So all we have to do is we have to surrender. Somebody might be chanting 16 rounds but not surrendered, then no use. You have to surrender. And surrender means childlike dependence. That's all. He's our Supreme Father. We depend on him for everything. We can see that in the pastimes of the Vrajavasis. They are so much dependent. In fact, we can see that they don't speak. They when they look at us also they call Radhe, Radhe Radhe, hey Radhe, Radhe. So they don't see. They're making it a practice to see all as just instruments of Radharani's service to Krishna. So they, even the auto rickshaw guy on the road will say, Radhe side ho jao, right? We met one Rajavasi in Sankri Kor in Barsana. So he was saying that all unmarried girls, they actually see them as Radha Rani. And so they don't let them actually touch their lotus feet, touch their feet. And of course, their feet is lotus feet. Meaning they don't let them touch their feet. Married people can touch their feet of the Vrajavasis. But one Rajavasi Brahmana was there. So he was saying, no, 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 they can't touch. We treat them as Radharani. So yeah, in all the ways of their life, they just they're just always all the time thinking about Radharani. Why they're thinking about Radharani? Because she is the all powerful in Vrindavan. She is the boss. That's why we also do our chanting with Hare. We start with Hare. We first call out to Radharani, then to Krishna. But that is internal energy, right? But that is only when when we develop the mood to actually achieve service in the internal energy. Now we are engaged in the external energy, so Krishna comes first to us because we want material protection. We want everything material right now. So Krishna is the boss here. Radharani doesn't engage much in the material world, but for just giving mercy to those to our devotees here, giving devotional service. But otherwise, with material things, she doesn't get involved. So we will call out Krishna here. We'll not call out Radha. Brajavasis call out Radha because they don't want anything but service to Radharani. And through that service, they want to serve Krishna. And then, no, she is the super powerful. So if she agrees, if she wants somebody, then Krishna will agree.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, your voice is little low today. I don't know whether it's only
Voice is
from me.
low. Okay, what about others?
No, Roja, we can hear you clearly.
I can hear you. Okay. Okay. Bhutani Vishno Surabhujitani Durdharshaliнгани Mahadbhutani Rakshanti Tad Bhakti Matah Parebhyo Mattascha Martyan Atha Sarvatascha. The outer carriers of Lord Vishnu, who are worshipped even by the demigods, possess wonderful bodily features exactly like those of Vishnu and are very rarely seen. Vishnu Dutas are very rarely seen. The Vishnu Dutas protect the devotees of the Lord from the hands of enemies, from envious persons, and even from my jurisdiction, as well as from natural disturbances. See, this is called faith. This statement is an indication of our faith, meaning to the extent to which we will accept this statement is an indication of our faith. But Yamaraja is clearly saying the Vishnu Dutas protect the devotees. So we don't have to be worried if we are in the hands of some enemies. There are envious people. Yamaraja is saying even finally from death or hellish punishment, natural disturbances. So just for everybody's information. I was talking to one devotee who is an astrologer, and he was saying next 5 years is going to be again lot of problems. We just got a break for some time. So there are going to be a lot of problems which are going to come in different natural disturbances, this, that, whatever, right? All kinds of problems will start, right? But who will not get affected by this? Devotees will not get affected by this. Devotees who surrender to Krishna will not be affected by this. So all we have to do is just depend on Krishna, and Krishna will take care. So Amiraj is saying, so take care from natural disturbances, enemies, envious persons. Yamaraja specifically described the qualities of the Vishnu Dutas to convince his own servants not to be envious of them. Yamaraja warned the Yamadutas that the Vishnu Dutas are worshipped with respectful obeisance by the demigods and are always very alert to protect the devotees of the Lord from the hands of enemies, from natural disturbances, from all dangerous conditions in this material world. Sometimes the members of the Krishna conscious society are afraid of the impending danger of world war and ask what would happen to them if a war should occur. This was at that time when Prabhupada was in manifest was presence when he was present. In all kinds of danger, they should be confident of their protection by the Vishnu Dutas or the Supreme Person of Godhead, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashyati. You know what is the result of this acceptance of this having this confidence? Is a devotee is never worried. Never devotee doesn't feel sad. Devotee is not anxious. Material danger is not meant for devotees. Confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Padam padam yat vipadam na tesham. Vipadam na tesham. Material world, there are dangers at every step, but they are not meant for devotees who have fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord. The pure devotees of Lord Vishnu may rest assured of the Lord's protection, and as long as they are in this material world, they should fully engage in devotional service by preaching the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna, namely the Hare Krishna movement of Krishna consciousness. This is what we need to do. And we will do this only when we are fully surrendered to Krishna. And when we are fully surrendered to Krishna, then the dangers of this material world are not for us. Very simple. So such statements, it's so clear. If somebody is dilly-dallying about surrendering fully to the Lord, such statement should give us confidence, saying that yes, Krishna will protect me. I don't have to worry. I will just surrender. So we can just surrender. And surrender, we've already discussed Anukulya Sankalpa Pratikulya Savarjan. In every step, in every aspect of our life, we should just do things that are favorable for devotion, not favorable for material life. When we do things favorable for material life, which might be unfavorable for Krishna consciousness, then we are not surrendered. We can do things which are favorable in the material world and also favorable for bhakti. If such situations arise, no problem. If as a side effect there is some material benefit, that's fine. Nobody is saying we don't want it. We are Yukta Vairagis. We are not Falgu Vairagis. We are not Markata Vairagis. No false renunciation. Okay, if by doing something you get some material benefit, okay, good. Take it, use it for Krishna. But the decision making should be based on whether things are favorable for Krishna consciousness or not. Not whether they are favorable materially. That consideration is not a sign of surrender. So as long as we live a life like that, make sure that never in our life do we go down in our bhakti, right? Because sometimes, devotees, they somehow sometimes suddenly start thinking, okay, I'm not being paid enough. Let me change my job. Okay, that's fine. Provided you don't have to slog more. In fact, our idea has to be, can I slog less and get more if that is possible, but not illegal ways, right? Rightful ways. Otherwise, at least, okay, can I work the same amount? Can I put the same effort but get more Lakshmi? If that is possible, good. Otherwise, if I'm working too much and I'm getting too much money also, but I'm not getting time for bhakti, then it's okay. We don't want too much money. We want more time for bhakti. That is full surrender. And like I've said before, my experience in my life has been that I was getting paid nicely. I had a lot of work also, but Krishna gave me intelligence to actually, that amount of work itself used to get over super quickly, so that I used to get time. So somehow the desire has to be to increase our Krishna consciousness, not to better our material situation. That is a sign of full surrender. If any time in our life we think, oh, what is going to happen to me in this situation, that situation, that means that we don't have full dependence, we're not fully surrendered. Because Krishna is so nicely, clearly saying here, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Right? Any questions, anybody on this? Because it's important. Every now and then we come to the same discussion because every now and then Prabhupada keeps writing about the same things. And why does he write the same things again and again? Because he wants us to understand, accept, and move on this path. Like you keep saying Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. Why repetition? Because it doesn't go in, it doesn't sink into our head. So we need it to be repeated multiple times. Any questions, anybody? Or any concerns? No, we have to fully surrender to Krishna. There is no other option. And again, it doesn't mean giving up our work, giving up our responsibilities, doesn't mean that. But it means doing everything which is only favorable for Krishna consciousness. And then over a period of time, we'll come to that stage and mindset where we don't want to do any other work, which is also fine. But that decision should not be whimsical, that's all. Okay, I'll move on. धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत् प्रणीतं न वै विदुर्ऋषयो नापि देवाः न सिद्धमुख्या असुरा मनुष्याः कुतो नु विद्याधर चारणादयः. So this is, we keep quoting this, right? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. This is from this verse. So real religious principles are enacted by the Supreme Lord. Although fully situated in the mode of goodness, even the great rishis who occupy the topmost planets cannot ascertain the real religious principles, nor can the demigods or leaders of Siddhaloka, to say nothing of the asuras, ordinary human beings, vidyadharas and charanas. The real religious principles are enacted, are given by the Supreme Lord. And how do we know? Mahajanayana gatasya panta. Right? Prabhupada has not quoted that. Okay. When challenged by the Vishnu Dutas to describe the principles of religion, Yamaduta said, Veda pranihito dharmaha. Religious principles are principles enacted in the Vedic literature. They did not know, however, that the Vedic literature contains ritualistic ceremonies that are not transcendental, but are meant to keep peace and order among materialistic persons in the material world. Real religious principles are nistrai gunya, above the three modes of nature. They're transcendental. The Yamudutas did not know these transcendental religious principles, and therefore, when prevented from arresting Ajamila, they were surprised. So, looks like their understanding of dharma was they only understood material dharma. They did not understand paro dharma. They only understood apara dharma of this material world. So, they got confused. So, they were surprised when they were prevented from arresting Ajamila. Materialistic persons who attach all their faith to the Vedic rituals are described in Bhagavad Gita. Veda Vada Rata Partha Nanya Dastiti Vadinaha. The supposed followers of the Vedas say that there's nothing beyond the Vedic ceremonies, Karma Kanda. Indeed, there's a group of men in India who are very fond of Vedic rituals, not understanding the meaning of these rituals, which are intended to elevate one gradually to the transcendental platform of knowing Krishna. Vedeshta Sarve Rame Vivedya. Why? Even doing these ceremonies, at the end of the ceremony, it is said, Krishna Arpanamastu, It is said, na lopadosha prayashchittartam namatraya mantra japam karishe achyutaya nama govindaya nama antaya nama. So it's all taking the names of the Lord. It's all offering the ritual to the Supreme Lord. It's all increasing, slowly, gradually increasing Krishna consciousness. But it's very, very gradual. It's very, very gradual. Unless they come in touch with devotees. Those who do not know this principle but who simply attach their faith to the Vedic rituals are called Veda Adarataha. Here it is stated that the real religious principle is that which is given by the Supreme Lord. What is that real principle Prabhupada is saying? Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja. One should give up all other duties. All duties, other duties. Why all other duties? Meaning except for the duty of worshipping Krishna or Guru, all other duties, including Varnashrama duties, and surrender. That is the real religious principle everyone should follow. Even though one follows Vedic scriptures, one may not know this transcendental principle, for it is not known to everyone. The verse which we keep quoting, which every person in ISKCON knows about, whether he is well read, unread, whatever, illiterate, doesn't matter. Sarvadharman parityaja, everybody knows. And Prabhupada is saying this is a transcendental principle, not known to everyone. So full surrender, giving up everything and fully surrendering to Krishna is a transcendental principle not known to everyone. To say nothing of human beings, even the demigods in upper planetary systems are unaware of it. This transcendental religious principle must be understood from the Supreme Person of Godhead directly or from his special representative, as stated in the next verses. So we can imagine how fortunate we are, isn't it? That we actually understand this. It's okay if we are not able to implement it. Even great demigods in upper planetary systems, they don't know. They don't know this principle, that they have to give up everything. They are still holding on to their material positions in Swarga. So all we have to do is just hold on to this verse. And this surrender means surrendering unto the lotus feet of Krishna means surrendering unto the lotus feet of Guru. Surrendering unto the lotus feet of great Vaishnavas. That's all. Over. Whatever they say, just do. End of story. So, how do we do this? Mahajana ena gatasya panta. So I'll stop here because these two verses are important. So we'll discuss this tomorrow. Okay, any questions? Any comments?
So, Hare Krishna, Pranam.
Pranam Mataji.
Prabhu, you spoke about two new things that I've never heard.
Okay, I hope I didn't speak something wrong. Yeah, what did I
Oh,
say?
no, no, not like that, Prabhu. I never heard about Aparadharma, Paradharma.
Oh, Paradharma. Okay, that is there in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 31. Prabhupada writes in the purport. Swadharmam api chaveksha na vikampitam arhasi. So Arjuna is telling, Krishna is telling Arjuna, saying, do your Swadharma. In that purport, Prabhupada mentions about this Paradharma.
Okay,
Is there elsewhere
chapter
also in
2,
Bhagavad Gita?
third. Okay, I'll read that.
31.
I'm sorry.
Or, yeah, I mean, don't know if the exact words. Yeah, I think the exact words are used. 1 second.
Sure, I'm sorry, I'll read that. One more thing that you used that again, my fault, I'm hearing for the first time is,
Just 1 second.
one moment, Prabhu. I wrote down.
Okay, these words are not specifically used here, but they are used multiple places. They are used. Paradharma.
Yeah, one more thing. What
Parodharma. Oh,
Vairag
yeah.
is?
Sorry, this one is you can go to Bhagavatam. Swanashtitasya Savaipam Sam Parodharma. So this is Canto 1. 1 second. Yeah, Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse 6. Savaipam Sam Parodharma. Yatha Bhakti Adokshate. That also will have. It's there across Prabhupada's various places. Will be there.
Sure, I'll read that. One more thing that I heard first time, my fault, is Vairagis. 3 different Vairagis you mentioned, Falguna and something.
Yeah. So Yukta Vairagi. Yukta Vairagya is Rupa Goswami says that Yukta Vairagya is using everything that we have in Krishna service. Falgu Vairagi is just external renunciation, renouncing material things. That is Falgu Vairagi is the false renunciation. Then there is the Markata Vairagi, it is the monkey renunciation. Monkey renunciation is like monkey is renounced one aspect of his of things, which is like he's not wearing clothes, but he's engaged in relationship with so many other she monkeys. So like this, there are different types of vairagya. There's one more. Yukta, Palgu, Markata. There's one more type. I'm not able to look at.
Can you read about this, Lord?
Sorry, what is that, Mataji?
Margaret cremation ground.
Oh, okay. That is Smashana Vairagya. Okay, yeah. Smashana Vairagya. Yeah, maybe there's one more. I don't know. Yeah, Smashana Vairagya is also one more. The renunciation one has in the, yeah, correct, Smashana Vairagya. In the cremation ground, suddenly, people will become very renounced. Whole life is so only this much, blah, blah. And then when they just come home, take bath, then all that Vairagya goes out with the water. With the, that's all. That's the extent of their Vairagya. That's all. Yeah, 4 types of Vairagya.
Where can you read about this?
Oh, this is all over Prabhupada. So what you should do is whenever you are not aware of something, go to Veda base, like I'm doing here. Go to search, and you can search here. Markata Vairagya. Yeah, so like this you will get useless. So Prabhupada in different places says different things.
You have to
Markata
share
Vairagya.
your screen, Prabhu.
I have not shared my screen. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So here, like you can go to vedabase.io, and I went to Vedabase. Then you click on search. Then you just type whatever you're looking for. There'll be thousands of references which come up. Then you'll have to read up. See, Kshudra Jiva Sabha Markata Vairagya Kariya Indra Charana Bhule Prakriti Sambhashaya. So like this, there'll be various references. Yukta Vairagya will be mostly from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Like this. So this is how you actually build your knowledge base. You keep reading. But these things are mentioned all over. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada is talking Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayundataha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhi Yuktam Vairagyam Uchate. This is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Also, there are other places where Falgu Vairagya, Prapanchikataya Buddhya, Harivastu Sambandhina, Mumukshuvi Paratyago, Falgu Vairagyam Khatyate. Prapanchikataya Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha, Mumukshuvi Parityago, Falgu Vairagyam Khatyate. Yeah, so Prabhupada is quoted it here in some verse. It's also from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So like this, there will be various places Prabhupada would have quoted, and in each place, he would have given a slightly different variant of the definition. See, here he says Falgu means less valuable, less important. Somewhere he says Falgu means useless. So, yeah, so it's okay. Anyway, we'll understand. So here he says Markata or Falgu Vairagya. But Markata Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya are slightly different. So like that. It's okay. Anyway, it will get us some sense.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Yeah, Sumantra Mataji, you have your hand up. Okay. There's nothing else.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am.
Prabhu.
Prabhu, I just want to know, because by the time I'm seeing this Samshan Vairagya is gone actually.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we earlier used to go, when I was not duty also that time, but it's so much after going in Shamshan, this is the end. What is so much used to be there actually. People used to talk also. only can do about that person, or can Viragya only, oh Lord. But by the time now I see, if people talks only on mobile, business, this, that, nothing is changed. So everything is changed actually. There is no Viragya that. So why this has come actually, Prabhu? Can I this?
Yeah. See, actually, first we should understand. Previously, people used to talk about Smashana Vairagya, but again, that Smashana Vairagya used to remain for some time only. Especially if somebody is directly affected, their family, then okay, till the whatever their 10 days, 12 days, 13 days, whatever they do, till the rituals are over, and then everything comes back to normal, isn't it? That is one case. The other case is relatives, right? Relatives who come, then they cry, then they think, oh, see, they're gone. All of us will go one day. This is just frustration. That's all. This Mashana Vairagya is frustration, Vairagya out of frustration, hopelessness, saying that, everything will be gone one day. It's not based on real knowledge. It's not based on the fact that we are Atma. It's just based on the fact that, see, inevitable. We can't avoid death. We will all die one day, right? But that's a very frustrating thought, or something helpless thought. And people don't want to remain helpless in this world, and immediately their sense gratification will overtake them, right? And then everything is forgotten. And see, we don't want to remember things that are distressful to us. Psychology, human psychology, right? So, and this death is not something that we want, which is why we say that when somebody dies, we should give them real knowledge. Somebody was asking me, saying that, somebody, yeah, this plane crashed, this. I said, see, if you don't have to say harshly, in such a way that they will feel bad. But if you don't give the real knowledge of the soul now, they will never get it ever, right? So somehow one has to be smart, one has to be tactful, one has to be intelligent, not to hurt them more, but at the same time awaken them to the Atma Jnana. Because that Atma Gnana, if you don't give them now, then sense gratification will overtake them very soon, and then they'll forget everything. And they'll even come to a stage when they'll say, if somebody else dies, then say, oh, I've also gone through all this. It's okay, life goes on. Meaning it will now become just part of their life to such an extent that they will not want to accept Atma Gnana anytime for after also, because they've gone through real trauma. So when people go through trauma is the only time when they will be open to hearing something which is going to give them solace. And that real solace is the real knowledge that we are not this body, so we don't have to lament. Of course, we don't say that don't have to lament, but we will say we are Atma and we have no death. It's the positive side of Atma Jnana. We don't have to give the negative side of Atma Jnana. We should give the positive side. We are deathless. We don't die at all. It's just a change of body, right? And to give positivity in the situation, you can give that, but we have to give Atma Gnana. If you don't give, then we just lost an opportunity to preach and bring somebody to Krishna consciousness. Because that frustration, sorry, Prabhu, just one last moment.
No, yeah, please continue.
That frustration, that Smashana Vairagya is just because of frustration. We have to remember this. It's not real. That's why it goes up.
Prabhu, that I was asking, like in our community, generally, that 10 days, they hear this Garud Purana.
Garud Purana, yeah.
But Garud Purana, if after listening, Garud Purana, if Ragya does not come and we does not know the Atma, then I think can just simply we are sitting there actually.
No, we are not hearing. See, also Garuda Puran, see how we read Garuda Puran is also very important, right? See, one important part of Garuda Puran is fear creating, right? Talking about all these hells and all that. People just switch off.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm saying it's not that we should not push it to such an extent that people become more frustrated, saying that, oh, okay, this is hopeless, right?
Yeah.
So preaching, that is why this is an opportunity to preach. So instead of getting some, Pandit who is going to read Garud Puran, it's better you get some intelligent devotee who can speak and create, give the right kind of knowledge for those people, which will also give them hope that no, this is just temporary. This is not real. There is real life there. There is real happiness there, right? And give them hope that they should, want to try and achieve it. Than scaring, already they are upset. Then you're saying, there is hell. You do, all these things, you're going to go to hell and suffer more. I mean, when already somebody is in a negative state of mind, you don't add more negativity, right?
Yeah.
But you still have to give Atmagyan. You don't give material compassion, saying, no, it's okay, this, no, that is useless. At the same time, scaring them and putting them into even more distress is also not good.
Right, Prabhu.
Right? So that is why it is the work of a preacher. Only a preacher will know the mood and then say what exactly needs to be said, so that it actually creates positivity, it creates acceptance of a new way of life, it creates acceptance of reality, right? Prabhupada wanted all of us to do this, right? That's why he's written so many things in his books.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, anything else? Anybody wants to discuss? Okay, we'll close here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhu Bhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha, Antakoti Vaishnava ki jai, Samaveta. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. Pranam to